Hi, my name is Samantha, and today I'm going to be talking about deviance in sport and how it affects fans and athletes in general. Can we control it, and how? So first I want to start off with the definition of deviant. It's an adjective that means departing from or deviating, especially from an accepted norm. So some of the examples that I found on deviance in sports in the past have been Lance Armstrong accused of using performance-enhancing drugs, Pete Rose caught gambling during his career and banned from his sport, and coach and two players from the USD basketball team caught point shaving during season. Those are just some of the examples that I found that were big headlines in the past of athletes doing things that weren't accepted or just made them look very badly. There's also a difference, there's a lot of sports that have a lot of deviance, and then there's also some that don't have any, such as sports like volleyball, tennis, and golf have little to no violence due to the lack of body contact and it being a non-confrontational sport. Deviance is not only in sports, but because people are looked at so much on the media and stuff like that, it obviously it's more put out there when it's athletes, because they have such a spotlight on them. Also, behavior accepted in sports may be deviant in other social situations. So I think a lot of the reasons why there is a lot of deviance in sports is because we're accepting things in sports that shouldn't be accepted in social situations, but we think it's okay for them to do it in sports, which makes no sense, because you're still a person on the court. You shouldn't be able to behave a certain way just because you are playing a sport, and then when you're in a social situation you have to act another certain way, and it's not right. That's why I think so many people have a hard time distinguishing between what's okay in sports and what's not, and it's because there are things that are accepted in sports that wouldn't be accepted in the social world, which you're going to look at as being deviant if you're not an athlete, which isn't right at all. Ways to overcome: raise critical questions about the meaning. So I think sometimes when people are playing sports, they lose all the meaning to what they're doing. They just think I don't know, they have to win, and they're just doing whatever they can to achieve that, so they lose meaning of what the actual goal is and what they want to be as an athlete. Help athletes learn to strike a balance between accepting and questioning rules in their sports. Rules and norms in their sports. So basically that's just they think, oh, just because I'm an athlete I can act this way, and then they want to question everything that they're either called for, fouls, things that they're going to be charged for, stuff like that. I did see that athletes do not have a higher deviance, so just because we do see athletes as, there is more acceptable things in the athlete world, it doesn't mean that all athletes have higher deviance. Athletes do have more drinking problems though, and it's shown that athletes engage more in binge drinking than just regular people and who don't play sports. And then felony rates do not seem out of control in the athlete world, but they are a problem. And then some of the ways that I saw that sports can control deviance, if you're taught the right way, is philosophy of nonviolence. So always making sure that whenever you're playing a sport or whenever you're coaching a sport, anything like that, you're making sure that they don't turn to violence as a way of getting out of a situation, or if they're angry or things like that, they don't turn to violence. Respect for themselves and for others. Sometimes people just do things because they just have lack of respect for themselves, and if they don't respect themselves, then they're not going to respect other athletes. The importance of fitness and control over oneself. So I know some people have like a natural ability to play sports, but sometimes you just need to force them, like, you have a gift and like this isn't given to everyone, and like to really like think about the fitness that they were given and how much it is a big thing in life. And then confidence and physical skill. Sometimes again, some people, like, it's the same thing almost as respect. Like, they don't really have confidence in themselves, so like just because they don't have confidence, they feel like they have to like put other people down or say mean things, stuff like that. And then a sense of responsibility. So when you have like a sense of responsibility, you know that it's not right to be so deviant and to be doing deviant things in your sport and stuff like that. So those are some of the ways that I came up with, and I think in all, if you're just conscious of what you're doing and who you are as a person, like in the athlete world, then you won't be so deviant in your sport. Thanks.